It's the lucky number of 13 with you, me, and another guy.
The other guy?
We have another guy. There's a real another guy.
Other guy, what's your name?
Kyle.
It's Kyle Timeshift.
It's Kyle, who we've mentioned probably in a few episodes, maybe a few podcasts.
We've mentioned him once before. We've mentioned
No,
Isaiah and Eduardo more, though.
I've never met these guys before. They just were like, hey, we need to convince people that we have friends. You do this for money?
You're a bitch.
Paid actor.
Welcome to the Hydra
name is
podcast.
Josh.
Kyle is our topic today.
The
No,
only thing
I'm
we're
the
allowed to talk about. Yeah. He's striking that pose.
Well, before we get any talking, let's find the fish. Probably right here for your bait, so you know where it is.
Somewhere close.
Good shit.
Good form. Good form.
I went and grabbed it.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah,
That's how they used to fish back in the day.
They do. They still do. Some people
That's
like
true.
just
Yep.
diving through. I mean, that's a manly ass thing to do.
Yep.
I mean, just a
Bare
strong
hand.
ass thing to do. Not even manly.
Like a bear?
Yep, like a bear.
Like a bear. Literally like a bear.
Crazy.
Not unlike one. Oh shit.
Well, welcome,
might not be
Kyle.
catching as
You're
much
the
as we do.
first guest ever. Do you feel appreciated?
Oh, very, very. Especially appreciative of all the money you offered me for this. Thank you again.
Again, paid actor.
Got
Yeah.
you. I got you with like one free meal at Del Taco that I have on my app.
2 for
Yeah.
$5 McChicken.
Not Del Taco.
No. The McChicken isn't even 2 for $5 anymore. It's like 2 for $6.
We've talked about this. The appreciation of the price of a McChicken. I don't think we've talked about it on a podcast, but that
We've talked about this in person, yeah.
yes, we used to kind of in high school. Then a McChicken was something you could easily offer someone. Like, hey man, if you do this for me, I'd give you a McChicken. Right?
Was that really your trades?
I'll see you at McDonald's.
Pretty much.
So like, I'll give you
There are
$1.
worse things. Yeah, I mean, it was worth $1 back then. It literally was.
We would hand each other $1 and say, "Here you go, a McChicken."
Yeah, and then it was like if you promised someone a McChicken and didn't see them since high school, oof, that McChicken has really like gone up. They're fucking making 4x their money.
Yep.
That's funny. Shouldn't it be down now? I don't know. Don't they have like a deal where things are dollars now?
Chicken's getting a bit more expensive.
I thought
Large chicken cullings recently because of diseases.
Was John Cena lying to me?
That is happening. John Cena would never.
He was doing the McDonald's ads, and he was like, "If you buy this, you get this for $1," and it's like any choice that you want of stuff. And I think McChicken was one of them.
They always got a deal. Yeah, it's usually like you can get if you get 2 sandwiches, you get them like $1 off.
Oh, like basically. A BOGO?
A little bit of
$1 off.
No, it's buy one get one for $1 now. So the McChicken is like $3.50 or more than that.
Exactly. So when you average out the price of $3.50 plus $1, like what, $2.75 a piece? So you're saving I don't know, less than $1 a piece. I don't know. I'm not doing my math right.
But the value in your mind is crazy.
I'm a sucker for a good deal. I've said it before. I'm a sucker for some rewards. I love building up points.
Dude, some apps are fucking shit with their points.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree. I feel like maybe back in the day when the McDonald's app first started, first released, there were some really good deals on there. But I feel like, I don't know, it just gives them the opportunity to make the deals worse over time when it becomes popular. You're already in,
I agree, but I will say the one redeemer above all, my goat, is Taco Bell. They never get it wrong.
That's true.
Their rewards, sometimes their rewards are very useless to me. It's like, hey, if you spend $20, you get one free fucking Chalupa Supreme or something like that. And it's like, okay, I'm not going to do that. But their points are so fucking good. It's like I don't even know what it is. Every 10 cents gets you a point. And I think you can level up to the next tier of rewards to redeem rewards faster for free. You don't have to pay anything. It's just over time you earn enough points. It's like after you get 2,500 points total lifetime, you're upgraded to the next tier, and then you get like more frequent rewards, which are just like crazy fast. I think it's definitely, if you're gonna eat Taco Bell already, why not get free Taco Bell?
Yeah,
but
that's the whole point of what the app should be. It's just like, well, you might as well get something out of this.
I don't know, appreciating a little bit of brand loyalty, which I don't think you should have in the first place, but certain brands are good
I'm
enough.
weary of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is always tough. I definitely, especially even as a kid, I was always like, why the fuck are you like so into Nike, like or something like that? Like you're 5.
It's my childhood, man. You're still the child.
Yeah, they have like kids your age building these shoes.
I mean, I've told you, Cam, I am a Del Taco loyalty guy.
Oh, I've always thought Del Taco tastes better and usually has a better price point.
It does. You can,
but I think the price points changed over the years.
You can get a good 2 taco meal, large, for like $11, and then if you buy using the app, if you buy around like maybe 9 meals or something like that, you'll get the 10th one will be free like almost every time. So that's good in my book. And then they have good deals, like they have the new L big boxes or whatever, which they have 3 of them. They have like a $5, a $7, and a $9. And the $9 is you get a double cheeseburger, a burrito, a snack taco, a small drink, and small fries for $9. And it's like, damn, that's a lot of shit. And then since they just came out, they had a punch card of being like, if you buy 3 boxes, you get a free 4th one. And it's like, fuck yeah, Del Taco. And even when you're getting the punch cards, you're still getting points. So you still get points too for doing that deal.
Damn, I maybe gotta buy some more Del Taco. Fuck, there's not one like super close to me, but shout outs.
Yeah, I love Del Taco. I didn't get it today though.
You can tell we're huge fast food fans. Kyle, do you have a fast food goat?
Goat. Ooh, it's hard to call any of them a goat. I think that
the most mediocre of all time.
I could go with most mediocre, definitely. But I think that at least in LA and OC, fast food can be so inconsistent restaurant to restaurant. It's hard to really nail it down to one.
Totally.
That's fair.
But my favorite items are from Del Taco. I really love the epic burritos, but they're so inconsistent. They come out so different nearly every time that I can't consistently say like, yeah, Del Taco is always the best.
That's completely true. There was once I went to a different Del Taco and the epic burrito was like so much bigger, and we're like, do they just do it differently here?
That happened to me. It was like a great moment. And then there was another time where I got the chicken queso one, and it was like maybe 30% tomato.
Oh.
And it was like, and their tomatoes like really, really like soggy. It was like the worst.
Yeah, it adds a whole bunch of just like juice to your burrito. And it gets all
I didn't know the epic burrito existed till like maybe last year. So in my mind I was crazy. Like I was like, what the fuck? They're big. They can be better. It's kind of how I felt with the quarter pounder at McDonald's. I always get like the cheeseburgers, and then I have that one, and I'm like, they make like an actual burger?
Yeah, they make real food here.
Yeah, that's how I felt for both occasions.
You were like only getting those half-pound like red and green burritos or something.
Yeah. Well, because my go-to used to be the Fiesta packs.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But now
great value.
But now they don't do that
They're
anymore.
expensive now, aren't they?
No, they don't do it anymore.
No, I have them. I definitely have them near me.
Oh, well then mine fucks off then. Unless they just don't have it on like the physical menu, but you could still buy it. Well, it's not on the app.
Ooh, you should write a letter.
Yeah, what the hell?
Dear Mr. Del Taco.
Why are you why is one of your items the Del Taco Is it just the taco?
The Del Taco.
What does Del mean? That means of?
The of taco?
The of taco?
Do you want to go to of taco?
Big fan. Big fan of taco. of taco, rather.
I'll have the of taco meal, please.
Oh, after this long ass fucking fast food tangent, should we introduce our guest a bit more?
Oh yeah.
We met Kyle.
Well, I don't remember how I met Kyle. I probably met Kyle through you. So there's the end of my story.
Oh, Cody, I've known you longer than Cam.
Well,
Yeah,
that's you know what? That's true. That is true. But like, I don't know.
Wow, you don't even remember me. You don't remember how we met.
Listen, Kyle, background characters become main characters if liked enough. You know,
in the Del Taco parking lot 20 minutes ago, when you offered me money.
I did that in confidence. Hey, listen, it's just one of those like we've interacted, but we weren't like connected type deals yet.
Yeah. Since middle school with Cody, and then, well, I think I did kind of know you a little bit better in high school.
Was it through Isaiah or
Because
something?
I didn't really know Cam until sophomore year, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you weren't even in my perception until sophomore, and somehow we went to the same high school the first year too. But I think it was you had your moment out with your injury. You were with a different crowd at one point.
I hung out with them a lot, but I just did not enjoy hanging out with football players. They were kind of boring. They were boring people.
Yeah, I get that a lot. I never really had any friends, like good friends that were football players.
Yeah,
I even had some friends that I lost that like I was closer with in middle school, and then they were football players.
Yeah, they were just very different. They weren't very fun. They sort of just sat around on their phones all the time.
Like the complete opposite of water polo players.
I don't know. I feel much more talkative. Those water polo, like very.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. The complete opposite.
Yeah, I would agree.
Whereas I don't know, everyone else I hung out with after them was it was about like I don't know, hanging out with the group and talking and engaging with people.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I met Cody. I'd known since middle school, and then Cam I had
chemistry at least.
Well, history as well. I think we had history first, but did we? Must have met you in chemistry, and then I sat next to you in history, and that's how I got to know you. Better.
And that was the same year as well that I joined theater.
Yep.
You were already in for at least a year.
Oh yeah, I just sort of I preloaded in that class.
Let me show you the ropes.
Our theater was pretty intense, but like she cut so much slack to us as well. At least the people that like were in most of the things.
It's a good theater.
It was funny. My freshman year, she did this thing where she was like, "Okay, you all have to," because she was lazy, by the way. You all have to write like just a paragraph on the grade you deserve and why. And I gave myself an A minus, and I was like, I could try harder. And she looked at me when I turned it in. She was like, change that. I'll put that to an A. And I was like, oh, okay.
Come on,
that's
now.
Fucking easy.
Yeah.
So much for convincing.
She's like the opposite of like like someone who's bargaining with you in like the street. They're like, no, I'll take even less.
But I think the theater really enabled a lot of social connection.
That's all you could do.
Like, when you weren't obviously like on stage, you were sitting around a lot.
Yeah.
So,
and even still, when you're on stage, you're talking with people and you're working very intimately with people. When you're behind stage working, you're also working very intimately and sometimes very long times. It was such a great, like, I think, personhood building experience as a young teenager.
Because the sports all have sort of like the team, being part of a team.
Right.
However, the theater was definitely more interpersonal, more like, I don't know, it required you
Family.
to, yeah, and it just required you to be, I don't know, around that team even more than I think football and other sports did, because
Hmm.
as the theater crew who were actually like
Oh
doing the
Jesus.
shows and things like that, you good, Cam?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just knocked over a beer bottle.
I
One
feel
notice the
like we
flag.
were all like good with each other. We all knew each other pretty well because the theater was smaller. And so we all
Hmm.
hung out a lot more than I'd say the football players did, and there were cliques within football, and I don't think we really had that in theater. It was kind of like that a little bit, but not really. Everyone sort of interacted with everyone.
Yeah,
Totally fair.
definitely.
You can't. Again, you kind of had to. Like even when I came in theater really late, but even like the people I was with and mingled with, I knew only them in that class, and people like Trevin, and I'm like, oh, we're fucking really good friends now. But I
Yep.
only talk to you here.
Yep. Uh, Sharon Didi was very good at that. She was very good at making you interact with people you normally wouldn't.
Yeah, I still have a video on my phone of we made like paper clothes, and I made him a paper jacket, and he wore it, and then I'm like, all right, you can rip it now, and he.
Like the
I
fucking
was
whole.
I was the Flash when we did that my freshman year.
Nice. Uh, I can't imagine being in it freshman year too. Like I had such crazy energy in freshman year, like
Yeah.
very, very just loud energy, and that really reeled in within 1 year.
That's crazy to think about. Did you do um the stage production because of stage production, or were you just put there? Because I think Kyle, did you do it too, or no?
I wasn't really part of the stage production at all. I sort of watched Cam, Eduardo, and Seth do it. Like I saw them do that stuff, but I never really was a part of that. I did more of the acting stuff.
He was usually there though, especially when you were assistant director for the play that
Yeah,
you were doing, where you were just kind of aware of everything that was happening and
I was
helping out.
aware, but I definitely lacked the experience to be any of any help with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but what was cool about it is like we had some really experienced leadership
Oh
helping
yeah.
us and actually guiding us, and a lot of connections to people that could give demonstrations, workshops, and we learned a lot, and we were able to share and pass on a little bit of that, I think. And unfortunately, there was a huge severance when our theater teacher left the same year that we all graduated.
Oh
But
damn.
Yeah.
yeah, it was still really I at least really
It
appreciate
wasn't,
we
yeah,
had.
and it wasn't just the teacher leaving, it was all the connections she had as well.
Precisely, yeah. Yeah. A
But
lot
yeah, I mean,
left,
the
but
person who taught them the stage production part of it, I mean, he does it to this day. That's his career field, isn't it, Ken?
to my knowledge, I mean, it had been for a bit before that she offered him the job to work in the school with us, and he was like a professional backstage hand, running rigging
Oh,
and ropes, or setting up lighting as well. To my
And
knowledge,
he
running
was an
cable,
alumni as
gapping,
well.
and yeah, it was like maybe 8 years prior to our graduation. I think no, maybe it was less, probably like
Was he
5.
the? Yeah, he was like one of the first graduating classes.
oh, that's
Yeah,
really
right.
cool. Wow, I met the wrong
Yeah.
guy.
Did you meet the older guy?
Yeah, that was my first
Yeah.
time doing stage
Uh,
production, and that was his first year, I think.
yeah, I remember hearing about him leaving you guys alone with power tools, and I was like, wow,
He taught the only
that's a
thing I
big
think he ever
change.
tried to teach us was that like if an earthquake happens, stay in a door frame. But it's like
That's funny.
there's outside right there.
It's
Yeah.
fun, especially funny because they're telling people not to do that now because it's equally as dangerous.
Yeah, that is very
So he taught you nothing, the
rudeness.
cumulative of
No,
nothing.
yeah, you got
He
the
taught you
the
worse than nothing. He
the
thought you
booth
dangerous.
the booth fucking saved me from that class because they did nothing there.
Yeah. Oh, I was
Mhm.
so fucking lucky because all I needed was like a performing arts credit. to like graduate, you know?
Mm.
And it could have been a visual arts, but I always thought of myself as really bad at that. So I was like, all right, my sister's in theater. I'll do theater. Like, fuck it. And I got put in the boot camp, and they were like, you could also, if you want to join, this was like my going into my junior year, a couple weeks before school started, we had the boot camp where they did like a 1 week like preparation, maybe a few days, whatever it was, where there was a show at the end. And they offered a couple of us, including Eduardo, who was just starting out as well and showed up to boot camp, to be like stage production instead of actors. And we were like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, I don't want to fucking be on stage. Fuck that. And my very first performance that I was in, I was put in the booth, and that was the only thing I ever did. And they put me in the stage production class, but I never had to do any of the assignments pretty much, at least after a point. I remember doing some paintings with Eduardo and some stuff like that. But whenever we had like actual work on the play, she was like, yeah, I'll just give you the points. It was so fucking cakewalk.
You know what's funny about that is Lulu was actually the one checking people in for that boot camp. I don't know if you remember. She said that Eduardo walked in, or Eduardo says this as well. He walked in, sort of looked around, and he was about to walk out and leave.
Damn.
And she pointed at him and said, "No, come back."
Oh.
Yeah.
She made him check in.
By chance, she caught him, which would have changed a lot of things in the in the lore. That would have been pretty interesting. You should describe to Lulu, just in case.
Yeah, Lulu's my girlfriend, a long-term girlfriend. We've been together 8 years now, since that same year, junior year of high school. She was a senior, though.
I knew Lulu before I met Kyle, just because we had like the same math class for a couple of years. But she's a very good friend for a long time as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of nuts how many people I know that has dated in high school and like are still good. Like, it doesn't seem like it would be. You hear people being like, that was my high school sweetheart, and it's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I feel like that's, if anything, a movie trope. You know, that doesn't happen, to my knowledge, too often. And from my experiences, especially recently, people are like, oh, you like hang out with your high school friends? That's so cool. Like, and they think about like their relationship with their high school friends, and it's not necessarily that close. But
yeah,
I don't know. We made a pretty cracking group, and I don't think we did anything wrong with that.
I'm glad I came back around like a lot, because I was spiraling a little bit in being in the furry fandom or whatever. Everybody's so the same. Let me say this in a way that it's not mean. This is just how I
not offending an entire group of people.
I'm not trying to offend anybody, but it's like they're most of them are pretty samey, and it's, even though there's a big fandom out there, the world's so small. Everybody kind of figures it or meets somebody else, and it's like, if you don't like this person, you'll probably find them again, type of deal. And it just wasn't working out. I was not being normal and shit, and it was like, oh, this kind of sucks. And then randomly, I don't know if I told you, Cam, but randomly Trevin's like, first of all, messaging me. We don't talk that much, but he messaged me randomly. He's like, hey, yo, it's really late, kind of weird, but we have 7 people and we need one more person for a 4v4 in Rocket League. Are you in? I'm like, fuck yeah, that sounds awesome. And I went back in there and I met Matt, and I'm like, oh, cool. So then I got back to you guys, and now I'm back here. And I'm like, oh, this is fucking, being here so chill and shit. I like
remember
being this way.
Oh my god.
And then you got your shit tossed in Rocket League by Trevin.
Yes, I did.
No, I don't know. Definitely by Trevin. But Cody, I remember always being at the start better than me. That was like literally when we had started playing Rocket League as a group. Kyle might have been part of that 4v4, but it was definitely like, just, we told everyone, download this game. It's our new favorite thing. We're moving on from CS finally. And about three of us actually continued playing, including Trevin, who fucking was already like a champion. If you know the ranks, he was like already a champion, maybe a grand champion, and now is like, if not a grand champ 3, maybe a supersonic legend. That kid is just cracked. Maybe he's like mid grand champ, but I would not call him champion at this stage.
I don't get it. I'm too stubborn to learn new shit. Like even with Minecraft, I'm the same way. I don't learn new crafting recipes with all the updates. I refuse to learn how to do anything in
Yeah.
the air because
Those
when I was playing, it wasn't a
man.
thing.
Dude, so you never flew? I like the flying
Well,
at
like
least.
I learned how to do like the if you see it in front of you, you can use the air to like hit it in front of you. But I'm not doing these spin twist shit. I refuse to learn it.
I get you. When a game evolves too frequently, it gets like hard to keep up with and hard to stay on top of.
And
I
it's really one of
recently
those.
stopped playing a few games because of that.
Yeah, it's one of those things that requires a lot of time to, I don't know, to really get.
Yeah,
a lot of time and
Yeah,
commitment.
and when you already have life commitments, those sort of games are not what you're looking for.
For me, it's for learning stuff. I usually have to know like the why of something. But damn,
Whoa.
I have to know like the why of something works. So if I do a glitch for a speedrun or something, I'm like, okay, this is why this is happening, and it makes me understand and perform it better. The air is hard to explain why doing it like this is better for a shot because it's so complex of like scenarios. So I just don't.
Better because it's flashier. You gotta be in.
You're right.
True.
Sorry.
Always got to BM.
I should have learned.
I love BMing like in a silly way sometimes. Like Rocket League's another good example of a game where you can just be slightly toxic, but the people in that game are already so toxic. They'll just light up on you.
I love BMing in Counter-Strike, given the right circumstances. Yeah. Like that close game that you take, and they were just talking shit the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, where they really thought they were gonna win.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I was like, "What are you talking about?" And then I remember one of the games we played. Somebody went to my account and they're like, "You really got 4,000 hours in VR chat?" I'm like, "Yeah." And what are you getting at here?
Have to say?
Get a life.
Dude, if you don't look at my profile, I probably have 4,000 hours in a game called Adventure Capitalist because I used to fucking leave that shit running day and night.
VR chat is more of an insult, though.
Yeah, people really get on that.
But people sleep in there.
Yeah.
That's like the Gmod of VR, though, isn't it?
Pretty much. You can just bring any model you want in there or any world you want in there and just fuck around. I don't think you can really like make a game mode per se, but you can make somewhat of the same thing. Like there's a TTT and a murder. I'm pretty sure in that game. So, that's a good analogy. Good comparison.
Have you guys heard of the game Moonlighter?
Don't think so.
I just found out about this game. I just bought it the other day because I was like, this looks kind of cool. And so it's like you run a shop, but you need to put things on the shelf in the shop. And so you go into a dungeon and then it's a roguelike.
Oh, I think this sounds very familiar. Sounds fun.
I've just played a very small amount. I'm not familiar with the genre of roguelike, but it's really interesting.
I would love that actually. Moonlighter, you called it?
Yeah, it was on sale for maybe $7.
Steam?
Yep.
Well, nice plug, bro. Did you make the game or something?
Yep, it's me, John Moonlighter.
Yeah, we found John Moonlighter in the parking lot. Paid him to be our friend Kyle from high school.
Yep.
Stupid.
On the condition that he could also plug his game.
Moonlighter 2 coming out soon.
Can't wait.
Get him.
Actually sounds cool.
I like the scenario.
I'm not joking. The second one is coming out soon.
Oh, bad. He literally knows.
$80.
I like the Jesus. I like the scenario of whatchamacallit, just like the manager being like, "Why are we low on stock for it? We need more tomatoes, sir." Okay, I'll be right back. And then you just see him go through like a basement hatch, and he comes back like with soot and broken clothes and shit like that. Like, I got the
blood
tomatoes.
on his face. Yeah. All for some produce.
Sir, the store's closed. Oh.
It's been 2 weeks.
Your rent's too. I gotta go back in the dungeon for my rent.
Electricity.
I need more tomatoes.
Is it like dungeon loot that you're gathering?
Yeah, you're pretty much just killing shit, picking up its entrails, and then those have like
Word.
value, like wood and like leaves, and then there are other like dungeony things. And so you pretty much like you put them on the shelf in your shop, and then you sell them to like people who go like dungeon raiders, heroes. And then you can like upgrade your stuff with other people in the little town. And like you spend your money to
Wow.
give them like a capital sort of like upfront capital for a shop so that you could buy more things.
Mm.
Oh.
So you're investing in your little town.
That's kind of cool.
Speaking of video games and investing, there's a rumor going around that GTA 6 you'll be able to make money. Real money.
In real life?
Yeah.
I actually would highly believe that.
I
That
think
sounds terrible.
I think it's a way for them to do like merge the role-playing scene into a more likely and like experienced thing to people being like, you have this occupation, you be on the server for these amount of hours.
Yeah, you get paid
Do you
for
think
it.
they care about the roleplay that much? They just barely actually started caring about the roleplay aspect of
But
GTA.
it's like one of the biggest things that goes on Twitch when you see GTA. It's like all RP.
100%. I think some of it's
It is getting
hilarious. I don't
big.
like the real serious stuff, but I like the murder hobos.
Okay.
That's fair, yeah. Who doesn't love a good
Pretty
murder
much the
hobo?
people who just troll all day.
Mm-hmm.
Love
Yeah.
those people.
It'd be really cool, especially like if you imagine if you're a voice actor and you get this job, or just any person that would be like a theater kid, bringing it back around, a theater kid or an actor that wants to like pretend to be somebody. You can just have this as your
Yeah,
job and play a game at the same time.
I
Yeah.
think it opens up the possibility of a lot of bad actors, though. I mean, just like Doctor Disrespect's NFT game. Did you guys hear about that at all?
I haven't.
No.
So he had an NFT game that was pretty much an extraction shooter where you can extract with items of real value. It closed
Fuck.
before it launched. He made all
That's
his money
crazy.
off of it.
Yeah.
It closed like right after the allegation.
Oh,
Fuck.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
reasonable.
it's like, yeah, it made no sense to begin with. I'm fairly confident it was a scam to begin with.
Yeah, that's
It it
crazy,
didn't
actually.
make any sense to me.
all
And
things
I
like
don't
What?
really
that.
get it. I don't get that, like making the money in the game for doing a game thing. Like where, how, why?
Making the money in the game.
Yeah, because what it
No,
sounds
but
like to me
making
is
real money from game thing.
the only way
Oh,
that could happen is if you have a paid subscription to the game, and it's
Right.
actually it takes skill or maybe random chance
I think you
to
could do
actually get
like
paid out.
a conversion rate thing, kind of like how like Isaac was making money off of Robux by converting Robux into money.
True. Yes.
So you could probably do like something like that.
Infinite money glitch in real life.
Maybe,
He bought a
but
Switch with that money.
but I think even still, it's like you have to earn other people's currency, which people are paying into the game.
Hmm.
Oh, so
So
the
there still needs to
whole
be some way that the
economy
game gets
pretty
paid
much to
into.
the
Yeah,
game.
there needs to be some kind of microtransaction or subscription.
I thought it was because he had ads.
I think that is the case. Oh, maybe that would actually be pretty
Because
interesting.
I think he
But
mentioned like in
I
his
think he also had things to
map,
sell.
he had like posters for ads for other places.
Yeah, which is super easy to do on what he made. If we didn't say already, the subway simulator, which is just sitting on a subway full of ads. Like
Yeah.
that's all it is.
And he made
And like
money.
and fucking it like taunted people into playing it longer. And
It
had a couple of
did.
Easter eggs.
They're like 10
but,
hours, you get this achievement, bro.
Yeah.
So it was pretty much just nothing. It was
Yeah,
it was like
absolutely.
those dumb that banana game on
Oh
Steam or
yeah.
anything like that, where it's like, yeah, it's a game, sure. But you could at least walk around the subway and I mean, look at ads of real games and maybe
And
go off and find some real games.
and multiplayer.
Yeah, I guess you could chat in the lobby.
It's a glorified chat room.
But shout outs to the money he made.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that it's already happened, obviously. People can make money off of games, but
I
I
thought
don't
it was
know.
going to
I don't know
happen
what
with
that comes
VR
from.
chat. Cuz
I thought about it.
Huh?
Go ahead.
I thought it was going to happen with VR chat because there's many like popular public worlds and most of them are in bar settings. So I thought at some point they would have been like, all right, these ones are dedicated. Like there's a bartender at this one.
Yeah, I thought about it further. I think it's cool now just because I want to see people get scammed in game.
And scammer
Yeah.
gets scammed.
Yeah, I feel like it just opens up to more of what is already happening, which is essentially just gambling, online gambling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
It's
really,
like
I
allowed
really
to
do
a
hate that
younger
that's what
audience.
Counter-Strike is now.
Yeah. But
Did you guys see that Counter-Strike's skin market cap reached 5 billion the other day?
What?
wow.
Yeah. That's insane, isn't it?
Wow, that is pretty impressive.
Like something
Holy
sold for that
shit.
much, or that's how much they
Money
made?
No,
printing. That's how
that's
much
how
all these
much.
skins in Counter-Strike are worth. That's like
Wow.
current value.
Yeah, what they could theoretically be traded instantly for.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's crazy. Apparently a lot
Well,
of money laundering using Counter-Strike skins.
well, I mean, people have put value
Yeah,
into
that makes
weirder
sense.
stuff.
Yeah, but it is up there. It is one of those things that people do get hung up about. But
Yep.
it's also pretty crazy that 5 billion market exists and it's happening entirely because a multi-billion-dollar company lets it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Because
Scary.
Valve money printing machine.
Crazy stuff.
I still want a third game.
You want a
Dude.
third CS?
I just want a third game,
PS3?
period.
Half-Life 3 is like for sure happening.
Oh, I've heard there have been a ton of rumors recently.
Yeah.
Really?
That
And it's
Half-Life
not
3
like
is
there's
currently
not
in like,
always been rumors, but
yeah, there are always rumors, of course, but I don't know, just more rumors.
Do people not
yeah.
consider
And I
Alex
mean,
3?
yeah, I get that's
people.
an interesting one because
Yeah.
it's Valve, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically, I'd say yeah, maybe it is 3. Valve likes tech. I don't know. They like making things with new technology.
Yeah.
Right.
It would be a good
Definitely.
step to be like, if anybody said this is 3, I don't think anybody would be mad.
But I don't think I think they will release one that is titled Half-Life 3.
Mm,
I think that is to come still.
gotcha.
Just because I would expect they'll make the main character Gordon Freeman once more and return to form and have it not be exclusively like what is it? VR currently Half-Life
Yeah,
Alex. Like I don't think you can play it without some kind of VR headset.
Give it time.
only with the mod.
Yeah, right. But yeah, from what I hear around the corner, a couple years max. I don't know. It sounds like it's in late development.
Yeah, and there are always leaks and people saying, "Oh, the files from this game say that this game
Yeah,
may be
right.
coming out."
Yeah. Oh, they updated this, which means they probably were working on this.
I
Yeah,
kind of don't like that. I don't like when
People
people
like
do that. Like,
scanning the
yeah,
files, data mining.
yeah, because when they do that for like even something a little minor, like Marvel Rivals being like, oh, this guy's in the fight. This is the new hero, and like they've been
yeah.
like pretty good at being like, no, it's not. Just give it. That's later. But like, I don't know. I don't want to
Killing the
know.
hype for the next 2 years.
Exactly. I want to be. I want it to be kind of like when Smash characters were announced. We were like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I love getting hyped for something, which is why like I do care about spoilers. It's not like it's the end of the world about something, but like if I can experience something the way it was intended, I would opt into doing that.
Still waiting for Smash Bros to add Waluigi.
He's a
Dude, how
trophy.
have they not? I know, but they've made
He's
Little Mac as a
not.
trophy, and they turned him into a
Yeah.
fighter.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they've done it with others.
I thought it was because they don't like own him. Own him.
How could they not own that one
how could
guy?
they not own Waluigi, but they own
I thought it was like I thought Camelot made him.
Who's Camelot?
They make like the sports games. They made the tennis games, which
Mm.
is where he came from.
Oh,
Well,
is that really where he's originally
Yeah,
from?
he was
that's a
in
good argument.
That's
he was
That is
in
hilarious.
true.
tennis Mario Tennis for the 64, and that was like Luigi's counterpart, so Wario's partner, because
Right.
they had doubles. So that was why they made him, and that's kind of why he's subjected to party games, because it's kind of like, okay, we'll let you use him for these.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Smash is a party game.
What do you guys think about
Yeah, so they let him use
what
it.
is it? $80 Nintendo games now?
No,
At
big
least
no.
90.
It is up to 90, isn't it?
I,
For
I, I don't
physical?
know. I thought like Microsoft's were gonna go for 80, but I thought Nintendo was holding it
Microsoft
firm for
did go to
90.
80.
I don't know if
Microsoft are moving to 80 now.
This
yeah, I don't know if
sucks.
Nintendo budged because of Microsoft, but
I
No, Nintendo definitely went first.
it was 70 digital, 80 physical. I thought that's what
Mm,
it was.
oh, there was a discount.
But
Yeah.
people are upset still with that like you buy $10 for the physical, but the physical is a digital download for a
yep.
thing. It's not a physical.
I just can't justify a full-priced game anymore.
No, me neither.
I mean, I know Nintendo never goes on sale, but I guess I'm just not playing Nintendo games anymore. Because
Yeah, they
I'll
don't release
play
stuff
a
exclusive
PC
titles.
game. I'll eventually play it when it goes on sale eventually. Or I mean, most like PC releases nowadays, you can find a sale before they release, at least 10% off.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure most Sonic games that have even come out have not been like 60,
Yeah.
Hmm.
or at least like good ones. I don't know. I think Superstars was 60. I didn't buy that one. But like, yeah, totally. Wrestling's the only one that I've ever been justified. Like, I'll buy your price because it's once a year.
Yeah.
Once
Yeah.
a year, you're stuck in the 2K trap.
There's only one. There's like one wrestling game to ever buy, so it's not. I don't have
There's only
options.
one Madden game to ever buy. There's only one
But there's
soccer
other
game.
football games to buy. I'm sure.
Not really, no.
No.
No, it's just
I don't
Madden.
know.
Yep.
Yeah, probably not.
Oh well.
I
With
think like
their online gambling, Ultimate
at
Team.
least not something that's like AAA.
I don't like that. They fucking put the NBA to fucking card system in my wrestling
Yeah.
game. I hate it.
Oh, did they?
They did, and they did it 2 years ago, and people were like, "Oh, this is different," but then they realized the bullshit, and then they doubled down last
people buy
year,
it.
and they had stupid bullshit of being like, they put new cosmetics for different gimmicks, but you have to get the card. But the way to get the card is you have to get all the cards from this pack, and those each one's in that pack is like 1.25% chance or some bullshit, and you need like 8 of them to get this. So you're spending so much money, and people are like,
Yep.
this is bullshit. And it only works in that game mode. And then this year they're like, oh, you could use it in all your game modes. But I think they're just really pushing, being like, you listen, we're gonna make this work.
Yeah, they're just kind of forcing it down your throat. But I mean, some game designers just have to do that. They're like, either that's their plan to make money, or it's just like,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just their
I know
vision.
that games can't just be made for passion anymore.
No.
At least from AAA developers, they can't, but I miss it. I don't know. Things have changed.
Yeah.
Indie devs, I think, make much better games than AAA devs
And they're cheaper.
nowadays. Example, Warhorse making Kingdom Come, the original. Great game. Kingdom Come 2. probably top 5 game of all time for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing.
That to me.
Huh.
Amazing game.
It's definitely something that's on my list. It just looks so neat and interesting, right up my alley of just kind of like a story-driven, kind of explorative
The
open world.
first game, by the way, was crowdfunded.
That's
so
awesome.
Wild.
Yeah.
I totally get that. Like probably not that high in like top 5 or something like that, but I would say like in the top 15 games of all time was a game called Little Gator Game, which is
Oh yeah. I watched you play that.
I love that game. It's so simple, but so like it's so lovable, and it's got like aesthetics like this game that we're playing, and it's just a good time. It's not too long, not too short. It's great. Yep. It's perfect.
I definitely get the most enjoyment out of the smaller like games made by smaller like dev studios.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or just honestly some single devs.
It's more attention to details to it. More like
definitely
niches.
They're more passionate about it. They I don't know, they have their ear to the ground.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, that's what it takes. Someone who's really just conscious.
I don't know if you guys remember BattleBit.
I do, yeah.
Like a voxel Battlefield clone. It was amazing when it was actually getting updates. I would have continued playing it to this day if there was still updates and a player base, but that game was great when it came out. It made a ton of money immediately because it just did something that EA can't do anymore, I don't think.
Right? And it would have been really easy to maintain, I think, as long as they kept on it, they would maintain at least a decent enough player base. Because everybody loves any other Battlefield, clone to this day.
I mean, even Delta Force. Delta Force is free to play. It's the Chinese version of Battlefield, pretty much. And Delta Force is like really successful, and they got those microtransactions. It's free to play, and then it has 3 game modes. It has a co-op story, the multiplayer like Battlefield, and it has an extraction shooter.
Damn.
Which
that's pretty diverse.
I kind of hate that too. I kind of hate that it's so easy for these huge like studios to make these free-to-play games just to sell you microtransactions.
I know. Yeah, it's something that never sits right with me either, and it's hard, like as a future potential game designer, like to think about if it is something for the livelihood, like to think about what's best for the user as well. And I know myself, I know that I don't ever buy microtransactions. Like if I buy it, it's gonna be like a one-time like support the creator thing. Those are usually the ones I'll go for. Like, a mobile game, get rid of the ads because you have a good game. But like I don't buy cases that often on CS:GO unless it's like a thrill with the guys one time.
Yeah, if I get my free cases and I just got paid, I'll spend like $10 opening like maybe the 4 cases I have stored.
Sure, yeah, like on every night, right? No, I'm just kidding. Like every month, maybe.
That's what Seth and Eduardo do.
Yeah,
I'm too deep.
You're too deep. How deep?
I buy too much. Well, I don't buy too much, but I bought a good amount in Marvel Rivals. But
really? Like, are they
that's
cosmetics?
not so bad, I don't think.
My justification is that I started from season 0. So I got the pass and I finished the pass. So now every season I'm like, well, if I could just keep finishing the pass. And
I don't think that's so bad.
And then anytime there's a rocket skin, I get a rocket skin because I main it. So I haven't missed a rocket skin either. But it's like it gives me justification for it. And I've technically gotten like free skins too, because I bought it was like $4. They gave a little thing of like, you can get the orange Venom, but you have to play for 4 days in a row, and then you get the orange Venom and win 5 games in those 4 days, each 4 days. But one of the rewards during getting the Venom was a token, and that token got you a skin in the store. So you're like, oh shit, $4 for the Venom skin and a skin of my choice? That's no fucking brainer. Why not? And then if you finish the battle pass and you keep doing missions, you'll get the currency to buy skins in the store. So if you just grind it out, you can buy a free skin that way too. So I've gotten some free stuff.
Yeah. I like a lot of those plans like that, the fast tracks, but I will admit I don't think I've ever like been tempted enough to buy into one. I know Eduardo is a big lover of the battle pass. If it's a game he plays, he'll get the pass.
Even if it's
Even
a
if he
game that
barely
he just
plays.
kind of thinks he's gonna play.
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, I feel a type of way about a battle pass. I think I liked how Halo did it, but Halo Infinite, where you can always just you just get it and then you can play it anytime you want. You just decide which pass you're playing at any
Oh,
time.
before you continue or side tangent, Marvel
Yep.
Rivals also lets you go back.
Yeah, okay, I like that.
So if you didn't complete it, you can go back. You just don't get the free currency at the end.
I think that I'd take a battle pass any day over pay to win microtransactions.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
you got to
which
earn
I'd
it.
take
once that yeah.
yeah.
When it tells you and it outlines exactly what you have the potential to earn instead of saying like it's a complete gamble and not up to you,
Yeah,
which is what like
and
cases are and other
loot boxes, yeah.
microtransactions, loot
Mm-hmm.
boxes essentially, those card like opening and FIFA and
Yeah, it's just not worth it
That's why I
whatever.
ever.
stopped playing Hearthstone too. I felt like I didn't have the meta cards.
Yeah, Hearthstone is a sad one because yeah, I get you got to make money too as a game. You know, they do actually frequently and consistently update it, but so they have a big team. But like the people who are winning are the people who are spending money on the game, like
Mm,
plain and simple, or at least have been playing it for 10 years, you know, pretty
yeah.
consistently. It's tough to be free to play in some games.
Mm-hmm. But you know, it's hard to live as a game too.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I do my best to support a
No,
game,
and
but
I
especially if it's like worth it to me, if I enjoy the game and want to
yeah,
appreciate
smaller
the
games.
creators.
Like
It goes a
Insurgency
long way on small
Sandstorm
ones.
is like really the only game I've ever bought things in. And I've only bought a couple of cosmetic items because I was like, that's really cool they added that.
That's a realistic PvP shooter.
Yeah, PvP and PvE. But
Oh,
the it was a dev studio. They started as a Half-Life 2 mod.
oh,
Or
Interesting.
was it a Half-Life 2 mod? No, sorry, it was a source mod, not a Half-Life 2
Oh
close
mod.
shit.
enough.
It was a source mod. I played a little bit of the source mod, and then they made a like full game off the source engine. And then a couple of years ago, like 2019, maybe they released like a full game outside of source engine in Unreal, I think it is, and it's a really good game. I'm really impressed with it, but their studio was bought and then killed.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a
Not a bad
shame.
studio that bought them and killed them, but and they're still updating the game, but yeah, the studio doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, some people that,
But I was very willing to spend money with them.
well, that's good. Some people are fucking crazy with their knowledge in modding that they don't even
Yeah.
realize like that you're making new shit with what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I told Cam in the pod, I don't remember, but the Sonic community and mods are crazy that they entirely fix broken games and they have like accidentally found a way to preserve Xbox 360 games by just trying to make a PC port.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, and
Like,
now you can easily emulate Xbox 360 any title.
Wow.
they've there's been one guy that's made Sonic 06 from the ground up that's almost done and like it's really good. He just needs to do bosses and hubs and he basically recreated the whole game himself. Then you
Wow.
have
Not
secret rings being redone that it doesn't have motion controls anymore. It's just normal controls and it's all PC ported. And then
That's dope.
free riders have been done so you don't have to use a Connect, you can use a controller. And then somebody wanted Sonic Unleashed for the 360 to have a PC port, so they made a code to use an Xbox 360 game to be in a port, but they accidentally made it a way so that any Xbox 360 game can has a PC port. So they just did that on accident.
And there was the fucking Dolphin Riders as well.
Oh yeah, there was a community for Sonic Riders that made their own modifications for the Dolphin emulator so that you can play online better and faster.
Wow.
Just because they want to play these games.
Yeah. It's like the Bethesda community. Anytime one of their games comes out, it's like, oh yeah, we fixed the performance issues already.
We got you. Don't worry, Bethesda. It feels like a little bit of a kick in the teeth that there's like so much going into like Sky Oblivion and all these Skyrim mods to remaster Oblivion right before the Oblivion remaster was just like silently dropped. And like,
I would imagine that the Oblivion remaster isn't new though. It can't be new. You know how Bethesda is. They take their time.
It's just been under some deep wraps. I mean, probably not even too deep. I'm sure there's been sparks of rumors that were actually completely true.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool that they just did a shadow
It is
drop.
unfortunate though. I completely get that.
Yeah, that's kind of overshadowed them. What were you gonna say, Sody?
I said it's really cool that they did just do a shadow drop. I don't know if it, if like so many people be like, what the fuck? It didn't do that.
Yeah, it was incredibly hype. I will say it garnered a lot of like.
I love the shadow drop. No expectations, like Elder Scrolls 6 right now. When did they announce it?
Oh, I remember like specifically, like maybe, probably junior year, 2017.
Oh, that's a long time ago.
Back at like E3 or whatever it was.
That's insane, isn't it?
I remember them like showing a trailer. It wasn't much. It was
Why
just
would
like,
you announce a game?
We're making this game. They showed no gamelplay. They barely showed any graphics.
And it's like, yeah, we know you're making the game. That's like one of 3 franchises you own. Like, what else are you doing?
Yeah. And then they released like 3 Fallouts, and then finally, like something other than a remastered Skyrim.
Ooh, did you guys ever hear about how there was a leaked timeline, a Bethesda timeline, for that is pretty much accurate completely to this point with the Oblivion remaster being delivered?
Oh,
it was leaked a couple of years ago. I think it had something to do with the Xbox merger, and pretty much everything on it up to this point has come true now.
That's been coming out a lot for other companies too.
Yeah, and it's hard to keep things under wraps.
On that timeline is a Fallout 3 remaster next year.
Oh, wow. That's such a good idea.
That's crazy. Well, they just get to print money. They just gotta remaster Fallout 3 as much as they did Skyrim, and there you go.
Yeah, even just like literally put it in the Skyrim mention. The current Skyrim like definitive edition or whatever.
Not to talk about Sonic again, but they did the same thing with Sonic 2. Where it was a 5-year plan, and the 5-year plans included the movies, the Netflix show, the like everything that has been coming out, and there's still 2 years to go, and the things on those 2 years is a Sonic Heroes remake and Adventure 3, which has been wanted forever. People are like, oh my god, this might be real.
That would be huge.
Yeah. It might be a downer.
It might suck cock and also balls.
Yeah. But I don't know. I'll buy it anyway.
Felt that, yeah. Sometimes.
I'm a sucker.
I was never really into platformers personally. Or Sonic was Sonic a platformer? Would you call it a platformer? Is it a different type of game?
It was back then. Nowadays it's more like an endless runner type feeling game. It's like a quick time event jumper
genre.
When I did like finally get into like video games, which finally I was 5 years old, it was Halo 2.
Oh,
and it was immediately shooters after that for me.
Interesting. I mean, good choice to start with. But I really only had platformers to grow up with. What I had at home was a Super Nintendo with like my dad's old collection. So it was mostly Mario titles, but Mega Man X was one of my favorites. And, mostly just platformers.
Same here. I kind of got into like I want instant gratification type of games, so I had the platformers with the levels, and then I had Simpsons Hit and Run, which were like mission based, and then I had a wrestling game which was very arcadey. And like some Nintendo games like Kirby's Air Ride, which were races. Everything was instant gratification of like you won this thing. But platformers stuck with me. Feels nice just to like, I don't know, do an obstacle course and be fluent at it.
Yeah, something you can practice and know and learn very easily, but also something that even if you don't know too well, you have a direction. You know what you're doing most of the time, especially for a side scroller, a 2D platformer.
It's just like I don't know if you get like right now I'm playing the Arkham games, and
I love the Arkham games.
I did Asylum, and Asylum was very fun. I really liked the atmosphere, but my favorite part was the riddles. I really liked solving the riddles, which I was telling my coworker, and he's like, "You like the riddles? Everybody hates the riddles." I'm like, "But it's like gratifying because I get to solve it, and then my reward is like this Batman villain that I never knew about. So I get like lore for winning." And I was like, "That's cool." And then now I'm playing City, and there's so much shit this time, and I'm like, "Oh, this is too much. This is a lot." And then they fucked up the riddles for me, but they made like Riddler have a side quest story, so I'm like, okay, you win on that way, but you kind of ruined my favorite part, like a little bit.
I hate the Riddler.
It's me, the Riddler. Fuck you, Batman.
We fucking joked about the Riddler way too long on an episode of this.
No, Batman.
He's so fucking annoying in the Arkham games, though.
But that's why I love him. He's just a whiny little bitch. You fucking do anything right, and he's like, "What? Hey, what do you mean?" And you're just like, cry about it.
You can't do that.
But you're like on a main story mission, and you pass by his riddle, and he goes, "Yeah, I knew you weren't smart enough to solve it."
I know he's like, a little baby boy.
Shut the fuck up.
He's a little baby boy.
You're not important right now.
He's like clearly not getting enough attention at home.
He's a troubled youth. Little baby man. Little baby. It's awesome. I love it. It's my favorite part. But it was stupid that the riddles in there were like, I went into an area and then it showed up on the top of the screen way too fast. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm fighting this riddle. And then trying to read it again, it's really annoying in City because it's kind of hard to navigate on which one you're trying to find. And I'm like, I don't understand where it's here because I followed the hint, but it's like not here. And then you hit the scan thing and it's like, oh, riddle's obscured or whatever, or it's too small. And then you narrow down what the fuck it's talking about. And it was a completely different riddle. I'm like, what? Yep. What's the point? I hate this. This sucks.
He fucking pulled a social experiment on me.
And nowadays on that game, when I see something obscure, like, I don't know, I saw a top hat store. So I'm like, that looks weird. Scans it. It's a riddle. Oh, okay. Well, that kind of just got rid of any fun that I had.
Noticing we might be reaching close to the end.
Yeah, we're getting there. Getting there.
Yeah, it's $200 for an extra 30 minutes.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was expensive. We talked about that.
I only have like $70 right now.
This is not in the budget.
Yeah, I only have like $70 right now.
Am I getting royalties for the episode?
I don't even get paid.
No, in the future when we have a following like Friend.
Oh, okay. So you're the third fella now?
Yeah, yep. we'll be the fellas.
I'm only in this one episode though.
You're the alumni.
But this is the best episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so far.
Adam, if you haven't, please label it the best episode.
The best episode.
Starring Kyle.
Kyle. We'll definitely try to get some other fellas on here. We've always wanted the channel, but also the podcast to have guests and
yeah,
the other guy join in.
like the versus content works perfectly for a third screen. Like I think we mentioned that if we did Pokemon, it would be just nice to have Isaiah do it and just fucking cream us.
Well, he would definitely play with our shit a little bit.
He would just be like, I'm gonna go find a Sandshrew real quick while you guys are on like number 3.
Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna shiny grind and then get it like third try.
He's playing one of those games and the gacha games in the background.
Yeah, exactly. No, he has fucking browser game up on the side the whole time.
He'd be like, I'm level 80. And he's like, what do you mean you're level 80? It's fucking, I'm only 15. He's like, well, you see, if you use the XP share on this location with the fucking grass going on top of each other, glitching it out, you actually do 2 Pokemon battles, including one.
Wait. So this is actually a good idea because we were talking about each doing a different version as well.
Oh, yeah.
And I think, like with Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, I think Emerald's like a fair amount longer story-wise. And we could give that motherfucker the longer one.
That's true. We'll give him the disadvantage on purpose.
Yeah. Never played Pokemon.
Yeah, I never finished any of them. I feel like
I did.
With a lot of RPGs, it's hard to like commit to the end without getting sidetracked.
I did later in life. I played Black and X first, and I didn't beat either. But then I played Sapphire later, and I know exactly why I never beat the other ones. And it was because I beat all the gyms, and I was like, where the fuck do I go now? But I had to go on this like one house and this tiny island to like everything to continue. But in my I don't read. I don't read what anybody fucking tells me. So
those games.
So if they're like, meet me at this place, I'm like, all right, where do I go?
Yeah, you fucking stop talking to them. Like, I wonder where I should go next.
All right, anyway.
I'm 2 feet away from you. We just talked about this.
Yeah, I'm terrible with that. That's why I've never beaten a Zelda game either. I don't read.
Yeah, it's tough. I like a system that has like a quest book or a mission marker.
Yeah, it's that simple, man.
But maybe I'm just a baby. I need the keys dangled in front of me.
Yep, baby.
Yeah, little baby mode. But even though I don't read, we should do a visual novel someday.
Ooh, yeah. Something to switch it up. And we should have Kyle on one of those. We'll see. Maybe we can do like a 2v2 one-off or some silly stuff.
Kyle, weird question, but we sometimes use Eduardo's laugh in our videos. Is there ever like a sound clip that you would like to say right now that we can use in other videos?
Ooh.
A lot of power.
Okay. Hell yeah, brother.
That's perfect.
Thank you.
I could do it again. I could do it a couple times.
Yeah, give it different emotions. Like give one crying.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother.
Just I can imagine.
Hell yeah, brother.
I can imagine the fucking uses of that. Just being like, just saying like, "Cam, you suck shit," and you're just like, "No, I don't," and then I'll be like, "Yeah, he does. Doesn't he, Kyle? Hell yeah, brother." See, Kyle thinks so too.
Just keep that in the back pocket.
Perfect. Well, Adam, you got the sound clip now, and I think it's that time.
Ooh, what time exactly would that be?
It's where Cam's gonna say a haiku and he's gonna tell it to you. Type time.
Wow, I can't believe you remember that.
Yeah.
Now I actually have to do Kyle. One of our traditions is he makes me fucking perform like I'm a monkey.
I don't make him. Okay, let's not use the word making here.
we are making the haiku about whatever we've been talking about today, and I think it's just been nice to talk, catch up, introduce a little homie, talk about some things in the past. We talked about some things we dislike, some things we do like.
Fast food.
Some fast food, right?
Yes, sir.
Let me think. I might take a second here,
No worries.
but it might be just a little passe, kind of like a little lovey-dovey, and
Ooh, like a poem.
yeah,
Well, you tell us when you're ready for that. Uh,
yeah. Free to chat about anything else.
have you ever had the Wendy's nugget bucket or like the platter?
Yeah, this again.
Well, Kyle, I saw on like TikToks, Instagram Reels, and Shorts about this supposed Wendy's nugget bucket, and I was really
Okay.
fucking excited. And it was like a
You got
KFC
scammed.
bucket full of nuggets. No, I didn't get scammed. And I was like, this is fucking awesome. And then I saw that our Wendy's didn't do it, and I was like, what the fuck? But then later on, I saw that there is such thing that you can get, but it's not a nugget bucket. It's a party pack where it's just like 30 to 40 nugs. And I'm like,
Right.
dude, this is it. This is my calling. And it's so good. It's so much nuggets and they're so fucking good, dude. Oh, I had that before the pod and that's why I'm talking about it.
Have you guys tried the Taco Bell nuggets?
No,
What?
are they good?
They're pretty good.
No way.
They're pretty good.
Is it like
And they
actual
have an
taco ingredients?
insane. No, just chicken nuggets from Taco Bell.
Oh,
Oh, weird. They're the
strange.
same company as KFC, and they do have nuggets. It could be very similar.
They have an
Oh,
insane amount of protein in them.
wow. That's kind of
Let me
cool.
check that actually.
Huh, might have to try that. Did you see
Taco
that
Bell nuggets. 10 nuggets has 72 grams of protein.
Oh, wow. That's a good filler up.
That's a lot of protein.
That's like a barbell full of protein right there. Did you see that McDonald's has a chicken tender now?
They've had chicken tenders in the past.
It doesn't look
They got rid of them for a while.
they don't look good.
I definitely don't go to McDonald's for like a chicken nugget or a chicken tender. I don't really go to get chicken nuggets or chicken tenders really anyway. I'm more of a
No?
burger sandwich guy.
I need variety. I can't
Yeah,
have too much like burger or something because everybody does the same
yeah,
shit. You know, they're
yeah.
different, but they're the same shit. So the chicken's like my priority.
I mean, I guess my variety is like burrito taco,
Yeah, that's my
like just
go-to
switching it
though.
up completely. Or like Chinese food, love Chinese food.
Mm, maybe I just need to expand my palate. Because even in
But I
Panda, I
mean,
only get orange chicken. That's like it.
yeah, I mean, cooking has been my thing the last year or so.
That's cool. I bake.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Lulu was baking. She got a sourdough starter from Tito, and she was doing a lot of baking for a while, and it was great. It was amazing.
That sounds
I
awesome.
was I was making like soup and chowder and different things to complement whatever she was baking that night. It was great.
I
And then
got.
she made some homemade butter
Ooh,
and made buttermilk biscuits with the buttermilk, and we had like really nice heavy cream, so it all came out really really good.
butter on a
Mm.
corn biscuit, corn on a cob.
Went hard as shit in the motherfucking paint.
I got a lemon bread type shit that I want to
Ooh,
make.
Type shit.
Yeah,
type shit.
I
it
love
looks a
lemon
lemon cake bread thing. I'm like, ah. I'm like, ah.
Well, we interrupt this tasty conversation with a simple haiku, but
Oh, haiku time.
one to send us off. I appreciate you all for joining.
Yeah, go for it.
Here you are. Always a great time to chat with good old fellas. Here's to many more.
Beautiful.
Nice and
Damn.
simple and sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Just like this
Ni-
pod.
and that was nice and easy. I appreciate you chatting with us, Kyle. I hope it
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
of
wasn't
course.
too much to take your time.
No, this is great.
And
We
you
would be
can
welcome to
refund the
have you
game.
again.
You know, Samurai wrote haikus
Yeah, type shit, dude.
type shit.
You make a
Man's like
great
a
samurai.
samurai.
A samurai?
Samurai. Make it happen, Cody.
You got it.
He needs the picture.
I'll get Kata to draw that immediately.
Immediately.
Well, yeah.
All right. Well, I guess
swell.
to cap it off, I'm jumping in the water.
Cool. See ya.